Are you tired of worrying about your car when it's parked in the parking lot? You're not around it. You're at dinner. You're at the mall. You're worried about it? Stop being worried about it, man. Go over to www.DESTROYER1320.com. Get yourself neutral release cover. If you pull this up and you don't see that, go over to DESTROYER1320.com. Get yourself one of them. Do yourself a favor. Get the latest TDS OBD2 cover. That will stop people from polluting and cloning your key. Head over to www.DESTROYER1320.com now. Use code DESTROYER5 and get 5% off your first order. Thank you. What? It's not February. How are you guys doing? Welcome to Destroyer 1320. Hope you guys are ready for a really, really cool show. And this is Destroyer 1320 Live special. I did not plan on coming on for another, what do we got? Looks like, according to the calendar, I got another week before I'm supposed to be live again. But a friend of mine reached out and said, hey, we got a project going on and we want to get some more eyes on the prize here and spread the word about this really cool event style build that's happening. So Joey from Mill Creek reached out and said, hey man, would you mind doing a live? We'll get the guys on. We'll talk about the build, get some more, fun and laughter out about what's going to happen. And then you guys can follow along as this thing gets built. So it's called Raise the Roof. And it's Lewis Lee, who you'll meet here in a minute. It's his bus. And to give you a little bit of backstory on how this thing came about, I put a little video thing back together. And this will kind of give you an idea of why and what's going on. Why do we have the live? Why are these people on? What's happening? This will kind of give you that idea. Right before I do that, though, thank you once again to all the members who stuck with me. I know I've been gone. I've been trying to put up content, but these are the members that support this channel, make these wheels on this bus keep going. Rav4 Guy, Wooden Metal Garage, Stuff with Cletus, Project Nitrous, Big Block 402, Shopcat Industries, Sublime GT500, 815 LSX Swaps, Eric E. Vapors, Stevenson, ZTRD, Catfish Carl, Polar Bear Ed's Garage, Mama San, and Narcoleptic Customs, who's going to sick week, so don't miss his stuff. But that out of the way here, which once again, not out of the way. Really appreciate you guys. Thank you guys in the chat already. Holy cow. It's insane. So what is the Raise the Roof build and why are we doing this? Here you go.
Hey man, what's happening?
Hey Tyler, how's it going? The reason I was calling, I bought a school bus and I was going to raise the roof 18 inches, cut it and raise it. But the weather caught me and it's cold now, so I wanted to see if you might be able to fit my bus in your garage for, a couple days.
Yeah, you know what? I bet you I can.
What about making this into like an event, a family thing?
What you talking about, Willis?
I'm talking about you getting your butt out here to Ohio in the middle of winter at the end of January.
All right.
And coming out and we can all pitch in on the bus.
Lewis Lee from Playing in Traffic podcast on YouTube. We're gonna go and cut his school bus up, busting out skoolie project. We're gonna lift it 18 inches, and this is at Tyler Longshot's shop.
Okay. So what you're saying is you need our help.
Yes, I need your help.
It's right around the corner? All right, good. Well, listen, what we're doing is we're doing a project called Raising the Roof. And we need some good workers. Do you know of any?
I could help, yeah.
I was told to give 3 messages. I think I got this right. The one is the weed eater needs gas. The other one is cat is dead. And the aluminum donkey died at midnight.
Hey guys, how are you doing? Just kind of wanted to get everybody up to speed a little bit on how this has morphed into what it has become. I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go around the room. I will start with no class. We'll work to Joey. We'll go to Bill, and then we'll go to Mr. Longshot and Lewis Lee. Give yourself an introduction.
Paul.
Can you hear us, Paul?
Hello? Bark
Hi,
twice
Paul.
if you're in Milwaukee.
Hello, Paul.
Go ahead, Joey.
Hey, I'm Joey. You know me. I'm from Mill Creek Fab Shop. Anybody that's in chat that don't know who I am, I'm Mill Creek Fab Shop. Please subscribe to my channel. I do all kinds of cool things, but I'm happy to be a part of this big build we got going on.
Hey, my name is Bill Cameron. I'm with The Edge of Eternity on YouTube and do a lot of projects with my car. Got a motorcycle I'm doing, getting ready for another new build. And I do a lot of Bible teaching. So come on, everybody.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm Mr. Longshot. I'm hosting this Raising the Roof event here at my shop.
I got no audio.
And then I'm also a fabricator. I do a lot of welding projects and stuff like that here. And then in addition, I'm also a stuntman with the Northeast Ohio Dukes. Do a lot of stunt driving, build the stunt cars, all that kind of stuff. And then this is the reason we're all here, sitting beside me.
Hello. I'm Lewis Lee from All Ends Media. And I also have, what do I got? Playing in Traffic. Playing in Traffic on YouTube. And this is my bus. We also have a channel for the bus, Busting Out Skoolie. And I got all this whole ball rolling. And I didn't realize it was going to come into a monster that it is. We have a lot of great guys coming in. And, I'm so excited, man. I really appreciate everybody that's jumping in on the deal. And it's going to be a great time.
So what is the end goal as I bring Mr. No Class up? Hey, can you hear us now, buddy?
Yes, much better. You were underwater before, so I just logged out and got back in.
Okay, glad it's working out. You want to introduce yourself real quick? We kind of already went around the horn. Can you hear us again? I think it's your earpiece.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
It could very well be. I'll just go ahead and see what happens here.
Can you introduce yourself for us?
Yeah, it is. It's the earpiece.
Now you're muted.
Now he's muted himself.
There we go.
Can you hear us? We can hear you.
Yes, much better now. Thank you.
Introduce yourself, buddy.
Hi, I'm Paul. Sometimes people call me No Class. Silver Spring, Maryland's where I grew up. I live in Southern Maryland now. And we're here to chop the top off of a bus and raise it up a couple inches.
Absolutely awesome. So Lewis, you want to kind of give us an overview of why? What are you doing with the bus?
Well, I was looking at tiny homes, and I came across those shipping containers. And me and my wife were going to buy a couple shipping containers and make a home. And then a school bus popped up, converted. And I was like, wow, look at this. We could do a bus and travel at the same time. So I talked her into it. She said yes, and that was all I needed. So I went and bought a bus, and it's on from there.
Very, very cool. Motormouth Ray, how are you doing, man?
Oh, I'm doing just wonderful. It's like I'm going from one thing to the next. I'm surprised I even made it here.
Hey, I just want to say something. Motormouth Radio is worldwide known.
Yeah, worldwide, Nassau County.
Bow down.
Bow down to the.
We're not worthy.
Stop it.
Yeah.
Listen, let me ground all of you guys right now. I just had to go last night, unfortunately, to a wake for another car guy who is not old enough. I mean, the guy was only 68 years old, and it really humbles you when you see a room full of guys around your age, and one of them is gone, and you say, "Hey, you know what? You got to live. You got to live for the moment. You got to live right. You got to do the right thing. You have to, treat people right." And none of us are bigger than anybody in the room. It's just it's such a humbling thing, and I'm hating getting older because of it. Because now that stuff's starting to happen.
Yeah.
So,
that's
all about the group.
That's part of the reason I'm building this bus. I'm going to retire 10 years early, and me and my wife are going to travel. You work all your life and then retire and die. So I figure I'm going to leave a little early, and me and my wife are going to enjoy the country. See the sights.
That's great. That is good.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's super cool. And just so you guys know the format a little bit, if someone starts talking, I'll pull them full screen so everybody else goes, okay, I'll wait.
I noticed
Otherwise, everybody starts talking on everybody.
I know in Zoom there's a setting where you can do that, where you can have the principal become full screen and like that. And I usually shut that off. But
it's hard to do it with our group on planning traffic because everybody they like to talk.
Yeah. And I want to say about Lewis Lee there at Playing in Traffic, he's not just another YouTube channel either. He's somebody that knows a lot of the probably all of the TV automotive stars, like Lou Ortega from, I believe it's Hot Rod TV. He knows Chip Foose personally. I mean, he's not just some guy that's decided to do this all of a sudden. He's actually been around the block. He's managed some of these people. And this is a very important build. And I'm just absolutely excited that I get to be a part of it, even though I get to only offer one hand. It's better than nothing, right? So,
for sure. And it's Lou Santiago.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
I met him. I know. No, I hung out with him 2 years ago at Barrett Jackson Scottsdale. Such a great dude.
Yeah.
Yep.
True car guy right there.
Yep. And
okay, one finger. What's up?
Yes, I'd like to elaborate on what Motormouth was saying a second ago. Yes, as we all do get older, we do have these situations, and prayers to his family as well as the entire car community that lost somebody. But if you don't mind me taking a second here, two very good friends of mine, I got noticed today, are both in the hospital. One double pneumonia COVID, and the other gentleman had a stroke.
Wow.
Best of wishes and speedy recovery to both Jim Davis and Tom Crandall for their situation. Both of you get better soon so we can be around to cut on you some more.
Yeah.
Paul, that's prophetic, because I picked up my last co-host to come with me to that wake, who is not my co-host anymore because he suffered a stroke. Luckily it didn't kill him. It did debilitate him enough where he still has his long-term memory is as sharp as ever. He just lost a lot of sharpness, and he said he had a recent MRI and there's some damage done. But the fellow who passed away, I found out, they said he died in his sleep. I found out that what really happened, he was doing some plumbing work that morning and got out from under the sink. I'm sure he was as happy as any of us for doing under the sink plumbing. And he was a bigger guy. He wasn't skinny. So he was complaining his shoulder hurt and, his upper neck. It was probably because of the position he was in, but he had a lump on his neck, a bump. And his wife saw that and said, you want to go get that checked out? What is that? He goes, no, I don't know. I just, my shoulder, my neck, I'll be all right. It's no big deal. Went for the rest of the day, went to sleep. Well, it was an aneurysm. It was a blood clot.
Oh, no.
And they said that if he would have gone to a doctor or anybody, they would have been able to save him. They would have known what that was. So we're talking at the wake last night. We were actually talking about this bus build at the wake because some of the guys who listened to the show were there, and we kind of just were talking about, you want to talk about something happy, but that topic came up, and we said, hey, you gotta. We're all a little stunad. This guy was an Italian from Queens, and the same thing is like, don't worry, I'll be all right tomorrow. I'll be okay. I'll feel tomorrow. No, you know what? You got to learn some warning signs, and I got to learn them too, like warning signs of a stroke, warning signs of a heart attack. You got to know what that stuff is.
Mm-hmm.
And,
well, that's what makes this build so important is you have to do it now. Do it.
That's right.
If there's anything anybody in the chat or anybody who watches this replay can learn from this live, just go do it. What are you waiting for?
Right.
Go do it.
Yeah.
Whatever it is your dream is, whatever it is you're wanting to do, go do it.
Yeah.
That's exactly why I do my channel, because we feel like we're going to live forever, and we can do all kinds of things, and we can do all kinds of things, but we are going to live forever. It's just not in this body here on this earth, and
right.
You guys are all right. We got to keep our priorities straight. We've got to care about those other people around us, and we've got to take care of one another. And that's a lot about this weekend coming up, I think, is we're going to have a lot of fellowship, and we're going to spend time together doing something that's really worth doing together, right? And Yeah, I just hope I get a ride in Lewis's bus when he comes to Detroit.
I'm coming by to get everybody. Believe me.
Oh,
well,
man.
we decided on one of the other lives what we're going to do is he's going to be the driver, and we're all going to grab blankets and lay on the floor and cover up like we're Mexicans crossing the border. And he's going to drive us around and feed us chicken. But yeah, about this stuff about dying and everything. I guess at a young age, I got to experience how important life is when I was electrocuted, and since then, I've tried to do everything that I've always wanted to do, and I feel like I've accomplished just about everything. But there are some things that I like to do or want to do because I am kind of the adventurous type, and so with that said, like everyone's saying, if there's something you want to do, just do it, because you may not be here tomorrow, and you just never know.
And Lewis, how you're doing this with your wife? You guys are going to take off and explore the country and do things.
Yeah,
I think that's the kind of thing that says, "Hey, I got my priorities in order. I got to do that better." That's important, and I admire you for taking that step.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, big time, and being part of this car culture that helps as they do. It's really a brotherhood. It's a family. It's bigger than what most people really understand.
You're right.
So this is a really cool thing to be able to have this on the show. I'll let you speak. Sorry. It's just one of those things that every time I get a chance, anybody who doesn't know about car culture, you need to come and experience it.
It's a brotherhood.
That's a good segue too, because that's one of the things we've been talking about as we've been talking more about doing this project, helping Lewis out, getting the bus done, stuff that was a little bit beyond the facilities he had available to him. We've kind of developed this idea of, well, once the bus is done, why not keep it going? Why not, build? We got this group of talented guys who get along and are willing to help other people out and everything. So why not keep this ball rolling and continue and help more people, not just within our group, but, continue teaching and sharing what we know and helping other people out, around the country.
I think what you have to do, Tyler, is put a pause on that and see if that statement still stands after the weekend is over. But like I said, now let me tell you something. I was telling these guys last night, some of the guys that listen to the show and some who don't, and I truly believe this. I said, this team that you've put together is the A team. I mean, this rivals, any TV show, not only for the talent, the abilities, the dedication, the camaraderie. So you guys have the perfect recipe to succeed. And not every group that gets together has that. There's always weak links in the bunch, and I don't see any here. So
Ray, you have to be Murdoch because you got the look for it.
Oh yeah. The distinguished older gentleman.
Right.
Who was the gentleman that was always in the insane asylum?
Oh, Murdoch.
That's me from the Nut House.
Yeah.
Yep. You got it.
Can't be two of us then.
Yeah. I'm sending out text to the rest of the crew to remind them we're live.
So you have, how many days do you have, and what is your end goal of how far you want to get at the end of your time that you have with everyone?
We have 3 days and 2 hours, somewhere in there.
Yep.
The end goal will be to lift the roof 18 inches and sheet metal the sides and put the windows in. We're also going to move the front door from the front to the middle of the bus and new steps. So that by Sunday night, it'll be done.
Wow. And I saw you were working on the wiring with your wife. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Getting that stuff out of the way. And Joey had kind of mentioned that he is itching to start on those rivets.
I didn't say that.
It's only 150 on each side. I mean,
I'm itching to do frames around the windows, and I'm going to spearhead that and get that out of the way. But I think what we may try to do, though, and this might, but it's going to help us get the the project done in time. But I think Thursday and Friday, some of us are actually going to try and knock out all of those rivets before Saturday even gets here. This way we can go straight into making the cuts, raising the roof, getting the frames built for the windows, get all the sheet metal done, the windows in, and have it looking like a whole new bus again. So
I see Rich 350 GT 350R is in the chat.
Yep.
Didn't he already start on something with the build?
Yeah, he's working on some diagrams for our transition from the front to the new part of the lift. It's kind of weird shape, so he's doing the CAD on it.
Well, I guess maybe we should kind of like outline what exactly we're going to do too, like the actual fundamentals of what we're doing. So the major reason we are doing this at all is because Lewis is like 6'5", and the interior clearance in a school bus is about 6 feet. So then he wanted to add some insulation on top of that, and a subfloor underneath. So he was very quickly going to find himself very cramped, and he didn't want to live in a hobbit hole.
Yeah.
So he came up with 18 inches as a measurement, and that's how high we're going to raise the roof.
Wait, you forgot 6'5" and sexy.
Oh, I'm not a good judge of that.
All right, go ahead.
I'm not that tall, guys. Sorry.
So what we're going to do is we're going to raise the roof height 18 inches, and that's all accomplished in the sides of the bus. But along the way, obviously the front of the bus above the windshield has to be raised as well. Some people have cut above the windshield and actually raised that whole front section, but that's actually like really labor intensive because there's a lot of structure up there, whereas the sides and the roof of the bus are pretty much just hat channel and sheet metal.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do is we're going to go back from the driver's compartment and raise the main section of the roof, and then we'll have to make the transition. And that's what Rich GT350 was planning on helping us out with, making a pattern so that all we have to do is print it out and slap it on a piece of sheet metal and bend it in a break, and we've already got our edges defined on the pattern and everything.
Yep.
Wow, that is a huge help.
Hey, I'll be bringing my CAD system with me, and if Rich has the drawings, I can pull dimensions for you, etc. If I can get a copy of that file.
Okay.
And I wanted to say to Eric, I think Iron Horse is in the lobby.
I don't see
text.
I don't see anyone down below. Are they in the wrong lobby?
Could be.
I sent them the link, so
I wanted to say something about the group of people that are involved. Everybody jumped in with no questions asked. The car community is real strong, and I just really appreciate how everybody's jumped in. I just wanted to use this garage, to lift it. I was gonna do it myself, throw some duct tape on it and pull it out. But everybody jumped in, man, and they were like, "We're coming." So, the big dogs are on the way.
That's just.
I think this is the kind of thing we love to do, and if we can do it for somebody we love, that makes it even better, So hey,
I appreciate it, believe me.
And still, that show where they do all the makeovers and stuff, move that bus. You're like, I can't say that. I can't. That's gone. I can't say it. Sorry, Joey. Go ahead.
I wanted to say on behalf of Arco from Outlaw Edge, he's actually on his way to get the rental car for him and Heidi to drive in. So he said if he don't get to make it, that would be why. But he really wanted to be on here, but they have to have that car to get here. So,
I want to say something about Arco too, real quick.
Thank you, Rich.
I was talking to Arco about doing my roof on my Cadillac. My Cadillac has some dents in it where it looked like a tree fell on it. So when I talked to him, I was like, "Hey, come help me do my roof." And he's like, "Okay, when do you want to raise the roof?" And I'm like, "Wait a minute, no, I'm talking about the Cadillac." He goes, "No, we're gonna do them both." So I'm bringing my Cadillac over here too. So we're gonna do the roof on the Cadillac and the bus.
Wow,
dude, did you win the lottery?
That's
you got the friendship lottery has been won.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
Most
Hey,
definitely.
there's William.
All right, Iron Horse, what's up? I'm pulling you up. Introduce yourselves. What are you going to be doing on here, huh?
Me?
Can you hear us?
Apparently knocking some rivets out to begin with. Yeah, whatever needs done, we're there to help Lewis, and yep. I mean, whatever, we'll do it. We'll do anything.
So, what you have a YouTube channel? Can you kind of give everybody a little blip on who you are and what you guys do?
We got a YouTube channel too. But yeah, just working on cars.
So what's the name of your
custom stuff, classic stuff?
Yeah, what's the name of your YouTube channel?
I believe it's Iron Horse Garage.
Okay.
And yep, just thing pretty much is what we do.
Oh no, they're a comedy slash car show. It's awesome.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
I love it. I laugh my butt off all the time. You guys are great.
I'm always trying to one up them, but I'm outnumbered, obviously. So
heavily outnumbered.
yeah, by at least 5 hands. So
I don't know if I got a bad connection there or what.
It's getting better now.
Yeah, it looks a little bit better now.
Just throw some tinfoil next to it. It'll work.
We were talking about who's going to be traveling the farthest. It'll be Iron Horse Garage, although they will be getting here first before everybody. Oh. And how they're doing that is they're flying their private jet into Cleveland, and then from there they're going to get a rental car and drive over, and maybe stop here along the way. But yeah, they are traveling. It's about, what was it, 32 hours if you drove?
I think it's 25 hours, something like that.
25?
Yeah, if we drove straight. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah,
actually, maybe it is closer to. You know, I'm thinking of Missouri, because I was thinking of something else going on in Missouri. So yeah, I think it is like 31 or 34 hours, something like that, to Ohio.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
And then Heidi and Arco come in second. So
yeah. Well, I can hear you guys better now. I couldn't 100% understand all the questions you were asking before. So I don't know what was going on with my mic, but anyway, I was winging it. So
you did good.
You did good. It's
yeah,
perfect.
we hear you. Yeah.
All right. So there's been talk, and I wanna nail it right now. Who is leading this, and who is second in command? Because every other show I hear, there's somebody else. And my inner project manager, having years of done that, a few years, but I was like, oh man. I mean, you have adults and you have good mostly adults. Sorry, Joey. But I go, if it's not run right, those 2 days could be wasted, or they could be very successful. I know you guys know that.
So Lewis is the project manager. He knows what needs to be done on the bus and all what needs to be accomplished to do it. And then I am like the site manager. So I'll be in charge of the building and the tools and the hookups and all that stuff. Hopefully I can get hands-on with the bus, but we're planning. We're going to have like 20 to 25 people here to manage. So I think between the two of us, we may end up actually not getting a whole lot of elbow grease actually spread on the bus at all.
Well, Arco told me I wasn't allowed to touch nothing, so.
Yeah.
I was under the understanding that Joey was there to make sandwiches for everybody.
Yep. Double cheese.
I'm saying right now, the first thought in my head was, okay, go right over to Home Depot and get you one of those 4x8 dry erase boards, 4x8 sheet, and nail that thing somewhere and just start writing.
It's already done.
That's actually that is actually something that's already done. Yep. So
you guys are way ahead. Micah, what's up? How you doing?
I think I need makeup. What the hell is this right here? It looks like I got sunburned, but I ain't been out in the sun in a month.
I need to throw a disclaimer out there for Michael. He has been drinking, so I am not responsible for anything he says.
Hey, my son's trying to open my beer right now, but he can't get it open. So,
and look here. Yeah.
Cheers. I went to the bar and
cheers.
Decided to give me some what is that? Firewater Jack Daniels. I don't know what the hell that shit is, but damn, it's strong.
dangerous.
On top of Corona, pretty good.
Nice.
Yeah, well, Paul's sitting over there with a jar of moonshine, looks like.
Oh, hey, bring some more this weekend, please.
Maybe I'll amend my hard work and get a lot of work done theory.
Hey, our sponsor for the food, the Rod Bar and Grill. He's sponsoring our food, so we don't waste away. But he asked, he goes, "Hey, do you want beer, wine, coolers, what?" I was like, "No beer until after." I was like, "We want everybody to stay focused, not cut a finger off."
Or a hand or an arm.
Right.
Yeah. And then the surprise, if it's something that's going to be a bad thing, I recommend Arco for the bad thing to happen.
Okay, sounds good.
So, yeah.
Now, what you do when there's a bunch of people like that, walk up and somebody just kicks something and hurt your foot already, because then it's done.
Yeah.
That's it. Just get it out of the way, and everybody will be all right the rest of the time.
And we have some companies step up for sponsors too. Super Clean is one.
Here, shout them out.
Yeah, Super Clean. Nelson Gill from Boss Hog Torque Converters. He's always with us. He's one of our main guys. He sponsors my show, Playing in Traffic. We have some more sponsors, but Tyler took off, so he has to spit those for you.
That figures you queued it up and then, hey.
Yeah, Taylor gone. Hey.
And then Paul's got something to say.
All right, here we go.
Yes, Lewis. I know. I think I got the message to you as well. Ken from the Bad Apple Orchard is going ahead and put a package together for us that is being sent to the shop. To hopefully we can open that up on Saturday. It'll arrive on Saturday. He put together a little swag bag package for you guys.
Cool deal.
Cool. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. You know, it's unbelievable how many people are so excited about this build. When I first started talking to Tyler about the garage, you know, it was just like I just need a place to get out of the weather. And I mean, companies are reaching out. I had to turn people down that wanted to come help because there'd be too many people here.
Yeah, that's the other thing you got to watch for.
Yeah, no, I really appreciate everybody, man. Believe me.
Yeah, and I want to answer 815's question there. He says, who's going to be recording? Will it be live? The way we've decided to do that, 815, is we're each going to do some recording, and then we'll take turns basically throughout this thing doing quick lives and stuff from our own channels. And then I think, unless I'm misunderstood, but I believe Lewis has is it a camera crew or production crew or something?
Yeah, we have production crew. So we'll have a lot of different people filming at the same time, and we're going to try to get it all together and put them on memory sticks or something where everybody involved can get a copy. So you can take them back to your YouTube channels and do your thing. We want to make this a multi YouTube thing where everybody will reap the film. You know what I mean?
Yeah, reap the benefits. Yep.
Yeah, that was kind of my big thing. Was we were talking about recording the project for his YouTube channel, and I said, well, most of us have YouTube channels that want to be involved. Let's maximize, let's all do like live streams and content of the project. And then while everybody's here in the same building, we should do like some one-on-one stuff and, try to maximize the filming opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I want to say too, if Eric hasn't put, I think he probably already put all of the YouTube channels involved in this in the description of this.
Can you send me a full list? Because I have a partial list.
Yeah. I thought I sent you the full list, but I will send you the full list in email tonight.
Cool.
And but pretty much everybody that's involved is you got Bill from Edge of Eternity, Playing in Traffic, Busting Out Skoolie, Mr. Longshot, Mill Creek Fab Shop. Paul Lyons doesn't have a channel going. Iron Horse Garage. I think I said Michael Knight. Coverman 66, Outlaw Edge.
I will get prettied up before then. I just need a haircut.
Yeah.
You're prettier than me.
Hey,
you know, everybody. Sorry, go ahead.
That license plate behind you says night.
Yeah.
Who do I have to trade for that?
I can hook you up with the guy that makes them.
Huh?
I can hook you up with the guy that makes them.
Okay.
Yeah, when we were doing the Tyler had me going around getting everybody's T-shirt sizes, and I asked Michael, I said, "What shirt size you wear?" And he says 4x8 tarp.
Yeah, I'm around.
Which equals 5X.
Hey, I wanted to everybody in the chat, please go check out everybody's channel, because everybody here has a wonderful channel. Please like, share, and subscribe, man, because you know that helps everybody out. And
Yes.
you know, we're trying to come up. You know what I mean? We're trying to be like TV.
Yeah, I'm on a big push to try to hit 1,000 subscribers by the beginning of March, because 1,000 subscribers lets you do a lot of cool stuff with your channel.
Yeah.
And then the next big push after that will be 4,000 watch hours, of course, for me. But I know some people, they'll either have 1,000 subscribers right away, and then nobody watches their stuff, and they never hit the 4,000 watch hours, or the other way around. Like Lewis, he's got thousands and thousands of watch hours, but doesn't have 1,000 subscribers yet.
Yeah, that's the same way it was with mine. I had over 1,000 subscribers and 329 watch time hours when I first started trying to do anything with my channel, and that I changed the name from Real HV Archery to Mill Creek Fab Shop late 2019, and then I have just worked hard at getting my content out there, and I'm almost at 4,000 watch time hours now. So.
Now, if anybody wants to really see our whole process, me and my wife started busting out skoolie on YouTube, and it documents our whole journey.
Instagram too, right?
And Instagram also. So we started where we thought about it and bought the bus and did certain things to it, so you can follow our whole journey until we take off.
One thing I noticed on your website, on your YouTube channel, you don't have the busting out skoolie on your about channel, so that you're not promoting the busting out skoolie on that.
On which one? The Plan and Traffic?
Yeah, Plan and Traffic. If you go to Plan and Traffic on yours,
right,
it doesn't say anything about the busting out schoolie.
Yeah, well, I just put it on, so it's there now.
Oh, that was earlier today that I looked and I didn't see it. So.
Oh yeah, well, it should be at the top because I have the whole build.
Yeah, on the videos. But when you go to the about thing that tells you about, what you got going on and what it's got your YouTube and your Facebook and all that stuff on there, but it doesn't have the other channel on there either. Nor does it in your channel list. So
yeah, I had to work on that.
Okay, well, I just pointed it out to you, brother.
Okay. Yeah, appreciate it.
I want to say too, if you have that video that you want to share, if you send me a copy, we'll put it up on motormouthradio.com. We have 2 YouTube channels that we're trying to grow, so we'll throw it up on there as well, and and just spread it around.
Okay, great.
Yeah. Hey, Lewis, I got a question for you.
It wasn't me.
Oh, you're going to regret that answer now. I was watching some of your videos, and I think you mentioned it, but how long have you and your wife been together?
We've been together 32 years.
That's awesome.
Why does she look so young?
That's awesome.
Because I treat her good. I rub her feet every night.
She looks so much younger than you do. She's so pretty. I'm not trying to be mean, but she is so pretty. And you look,
Yes, you were trying to be mean.
yeah, no, well,
she's so pretty, and you're
younger than you.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. She's only 6 months younger than me.
Yeah, she looks 16 years younger.
Yeah.
So,
I got the same problem. My wife's 9 months younger than me, and I've been married to her for 44 years.
God bless you.
She looks like she's 20 years younger.
Yeah.
Oh, I too.
No, Bill, I never took you as somebody that would go after an underage girl.
I went after an 18-year-old.
Oh, okay.
But I was 19.
Yep.
All right.
Hey, if you treat them right, they'll stay looking young. You gotta.
That's right. You got it, man.
Yep.
Now, are we going to get to meet her at the build? She got pop in.
Yeah, she's gonna. We're gonna do a
Oh,
cardboard.
Lewis'
cutout.
wife, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna do a cardboard cutout and put her over in the corner.
Yeah.
Oh.
One of those fatheads.
Yeah, she'll be in and out. You know what I mean? Yeah, she'll be here. And believe me, she broke down and cried the other day because so many people are jumping in on this project. I mean, it's really
sweet.
Yeah, it's putting this on the side. You know what I mean?
You sure it's not just because she's getting you out of the house for the weekend?
Yeah, she's pushing me out the door. See ya.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. I got my wife happy to go somewhere finally. It's great. I love it.
Yeah, we got a lot of people from the community. They're going to stop by. You know, it's going to be a great time. Like I said, the fellowship is one of the most important things. You know, meeting all the guys. I do a lot of automotive stuff. You know, I do celebrity booking, and I do events. So when I get to meet people live, you know, in person, it's just, you know, a wonderful feeling to really meet people.
For sure. So speaking more of the build, is the engine in good shape, transmission good, rear end, brakes? I mean, knowing, because you're walking towards the dream that my wife and I have. And I told her, we're selling the house. We're selling everything in it. We're going to go buy a motorhome, and wherever the weather's nice, that's where we're going.
Yeah, we're chasing the sun.
My house is for sale. When he started talking to me about doing this in November, I started kind of looking at, he'd send me links about, you know, roof raises in particular. And then I started just kind of branching out and looking more at the whole like skoolie life RV conversion. And now I'm selling my house and I'm going to convert a bus and I'm going to go around to different racetracks and shops and stuff like that. And hopefully, you know, my YouTube journey continues and I can make the trip pay for itself, you know, but regardless, that's what I'm doing. I'm pulling up roots and I'm going mobile, and
that's going to be awesome. If you make it out to Arizona, look me up.
Definitely. It's contagious. I tell you, for sure. You start watching all these videos about the, you know, people like, oh, we woke up in Colorado and my wife and I decided we wanted to go to Arizona. And so we went.
Yep.
Yeah, you definitely want to visit Quartzsite, Arizona during the months when they have the big events out there of nothing but campers everywhere. They have live bands and all kinds of stuff out there.
Well, they have Skoolie Palooza right now this week. They're doing it right now in Arizona.
Yep.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, they're in Arizona right now this week. I wish I could be there, but
next year,
maybe next year I might be there. You know,
yeah, that'd be awesome.
Perfect, especially because you could bring more light to the event.
Yeah, they started out with like 100 buses maybe 5 years ago, and I think they got 500 buses now.
Wow.
Yeah. Me and JJ stayed out there for a week and absolutely loved it, camping out of my truck. And
to circle back to Eric's question though about the mechanical condition, I think the school buses, they're only retired because of their age, not necessarily retired because they're in poor condition. So there's actually, like, most states have laws and guidelines about how long a school bus can be in service. So yours, you picked it up at pretty recent maintenance, right?
Yeah, I got all the maintenance records, and they rebuilt in frame the motor 4 years ago and transmission. So I'm fresh. Wow. Everything is pretty much fresh. When I went to pick it up, the service department told me, they was like, man, we all love driving this bus, but it's just the older bus. So that's the reason they had to get rid of it.
That's a cool deal. That's actually really, really good information. Looking, even, you know, as I said, my wife and I started looking at getting anything, you know, even just something for us to get, because in Arizona, obviously it gets hot. We drive up in the mountains and it's 30 degrees cooler, 40 degrees cooler. Mm-hmm. So we just want something to throw the kids and the dog in there, drive up on the weekend, go have fun, come back, park it, you know, call it a day. My goodness. I'll have to sell the house to get one of them.
Oh, yeah.
No, not necessarily.
Well, he's talking about one of the Class A.
Oh,
RVs.
Class A, yeah.
Yeah,
you got to sell a kid too.
Oh yeah.
There's a big bus dealer in Arizona. I can't think of the name of his company, but he sells a lot of buses to the skoolie community.
Yep.
Very cool.
Yeah, if you just start searching marketplace for school bus for sale, and man, I tell you what, I did not even know there's people within an hour of where we live that have converted buses, are selling their old conversions because they're building another one, or selling a project that they started and now aren't going to complete. Like, this community of school bus conversions is huge, absolutely huge. The problem is, if you're a taller guy like me or Lewis, the headroom becomes an issue, right? So if you're pretty much any taller than like 5'7", 5'8", you're probably going to end up wanting to do a roof raise. And so that's actually what started me looking towards doing a motor coach instead of a school bus, because most of those already have a ceiling height of like 6'5", 6'6". You get one that was used for like a basketball team or something. They're usually special ordered with a 7-foot ceiling. So, I mean, and you can find those. They're already air ride. They're the larger class of motor, and they're usually 40 or 45 feet long. Another thing to note, though, it depends on what you want to do with it in the future. So me, I want to go to like racetracks and just travel in general. But if you're looking to do like RV specific things, a lot of national parks don't allow motorhomes over 35 feet in length.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Things you gotta look out for.
So that's another
good
bonus for the school bus conversions, is a lot of them are in that 35, 36, 37 foot range where you can still park them at national parks.
Toledo had a well, over the weekend, this weekend, they're having a RV show and camping show, and a lot of the people that are coming in are people who like convert buses too. So they had accidents on 75 and a couple of the other places where it was the campers that were getting smashed up. And then you see one of the buses drive by. The guy's like waving.
Yeah.
So
that's another really good point too. If you've got kids and a family, the buses, they're built to withstand a crash. RVs are not.
Right.
True. Very true.
Yeah. The guy's RV was sitting off to the side with his truck, and as they show the shot on the news, the guy's driving by with his in a converted bus, and he waves. I just thought it was hilarious. I tried getting, but I couldn't rewind my TV to get it, show it. So I don't know.
Bad Tree's got a cool one.
Get it, but it's there.
My grandfather converted one into a Green Bay Packer tailgate rig. Sorry about that. But and a hunting cabin, dude, that would be amazing. Come on, that would be so cool.
That's one of the bonuses to doing a school bus. A lot of, especially the front cab with the hood, like Blues has. A lot of them have decently high ground clearance. So if you're going to be going back up a gravel road or something and getting kind of like, off the grid, so to speak, or doing what they call boondocking, where you're camping without any facilities, the higher ground clearance is often pretty nice for doing stuff like that too. I even saw one. Some guy found an old logging truck, like an international logging truck, and he took the transfer case and the front drive axle from that and made his school bus 4-wheel drive.
Dude,
Yeah,
now that's getting out there.
Yeah.
Paul, you want to say something?
All this, as if you look back in the cultures, in the subcultures in the automotive history over the last 50, 60, 70 years, you'll see certain things that have always happened. You had the hot rod era, and then you had the custom car angel hair era, then you had the muscle car era, then you had the economy cars, and then you saw the tuners come in. You had the run with the monster trucks. The school bus market is one that was never really tapped. And what you're seeing now is them tapping the school bus market for a lot of reasons. Like you said, the safety that goes along with the school bus. School buses are designed to run and run and run and run. School buses have the amenities that you can have. You got the room, you got the power, you got the ride comfort, you got everything that you want to go travel to events, be it tailgating at the ball game or going camping or going to the car shows, because now these school buses that are retired fall in that cutoff frame for car shows if there is a limitation on the cutoff year to attend an event. And then you got the guys that are building older buses, like stuff out of the 30s and 40s with an old prison bus or an old paddy wagon. Again, the school bus market was never really tapped. And I think you're seeing the younger generations that were interested in the tiny homes who can't afford the $500,000 homes that it costs to buy a house. Why would they want to be locked into one place when you can, like you said, travel where the sun is? You live in the north and you want to go down south, you just start up and move down south.
Yep.
And with telecommuting, you know, these guys who work out of offices, they can work anywhere in the country. They don't need to be in New York City to work.
Yeah. If you go on YouTube and put in skoolie or bus conversions, you will see every type of person. You'll see poor, rich, in between, black, white. It don't matter. Everybody's building these buses, and it's just it's a culture now, man. It's coming up.
Yeah, I loved traveling when I was shooting archery in national tournaments, and I did that for 7 years. And through the entire tour of 7 tournaments, I was not at home. I was camping in my truck, never had to stay at a motel. And I had this truck decked out where, I mean, I had shower, hot water when I needed it, refrigerator. I mean, it was loaded. It had solar system. And those were probably some of the best days of my life because I got to go all the way across the country shooting in tournaments, and 2-week layover in between each tournament. I got to travel around to different places on my way to the next tournament, and it was just great. I loved it.
Oh, come on, no, Joey. I've read it on the internet. A one-armed man cannot shoot a bow competitively. It's impossible.
Yeah, okay.
I saw it on the internet.
Yeah, well, that's what one smack talker said.
I know.
Who went home
You know what I can say to him, Ray? The old Italian hug and kiss on the right cheek. You know the story. You know the story.
You got that right.
So I'm going to put Iron Horse on the spot because I love him just sitting there with a crazy grin on his face.
That's him.
Let's put a scenario. Let's put a scenario together here. So you got to get a bus. It doesn't have a drivetrain. What bus are you getting? How big? And what's the drivetrain?
Well, the only choice for me would be a 12 valve, 24 valve Cummins.
There you go.
And 35-foot bus would probably be just about right. I'd like, if I was going to do it, I'd go something pretty old school, maybe 60s or, 60s to 80s, probably something like that. And yeah, you got to have a Cummins in there. That's what I think.
Disagree.
There's so many flavors of diesel. Come on.
Yeah, it really is. I was gonna say, man, I like Cummins. I like everything, man. They're all pretty strong.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wayne's
Ray.
got the question for you there, Joey. Wayne Reynolds is saying, "Who ordered the food?"
Oh yeah,
yeah. That's my competition bow right there.
Nice.
I'm going to show that joker online what I can do.
I can't wait to see that.
Yeah. I brought it out today to do some tune-ups. Oh, you want to see it again?
I put you full screen. I was trying to get my mouse over there.
Oh, I got you. All right. This is the lower part. Hang on. I'm getting hung up here in this small space. And
good.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, this is a high-dollar competition bow. And, those guys that sponsored me, like at Gold Tip Arrows and Excel Sights, they still send me stuff even though I'm not competing. So I thought, hey,
cool.
Can't beat that. I get a dozen of new arrows every year from Gold Tip. I've got 5 or 6 sets out there that haven't even been put together yet.
Nice. So, nice.
Bring a couple of those sets with you, so I'll get some use for them.
Well, do you do competition or do you just do hunting?
No, I'll do either one. I just like to have toys.
Oh.
You can't have too many toys.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That's why we're all here.
Yeah, I mean, the reason I ask is all these arrows, they're the fat, round ones for competition.
Oh.
They're not for hunting.
And
to
Lewis,
shoot-
it's really not that concealable either.
Yeah, well, I got other stuff to conceal.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
I got crossbows, so if they work in crossbows.
Yeah, you could trim them down to the length that you'd use in a crossbow.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, they're really lightweight. They're like 0.06 ounces fully put together.
Oh, yeah?
I mean, they're so freaking light. And if you don't put the arrow together, there's so much technology that everything from the tip of that arrow to each cam on that bow, if you tune it just right and you get yourself tuned right to where you're shooting good, you ain't gonna miss.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, my friend Victor's watching tonight. He says for us to get back on track, quit talking about bows and arrows, and so he wants to hear more on the school bus.
Who said that?
My friend Victor.
Hi, Victor. Come on the show.
What's up, Victor?
We don't Victor on the show. Victor's best sitting back. He's management that sits back. He doesn't work anymore.
Oh, I got you.
So I do have more questions on the bus. So we know it's being lifted 18 inches, and understanding tall, I'm 6'2". I completely understand why you would do that. Is there any, from an interior standpoint, what's your dream of putting the interior together? How, I mean, are you looking for cabinet space? Are you looking for, do you want a sunroof? Do you want, what's the dream for the interior? Because I've seen some crazy cool stuff they've done with these things.
Yeah, well, it does help out with the cabinets. So, we'll add cabinets in the kitchen. You got higher space for your shower as well. And then we're also going to do skylights in over the shower and over the bed. We're also going to do a deck on the top. Half of the roof would be deck and the other half would be solar. Yep.
Very cool.
So one of the things to keep in mind is both me and Lewis, when we do our buses, they're going to be our full-time homes, not just a vacation RV. So you do have to give up a lot of stuff, literally giving up stuff like anything that's extra in your home right now, like the extra Christmas decorations or whatever, you don't have room to store that stuff on a bus. So unless you're using half your, parents' garage while you're out of town or something to store extra crap in, whatever you can fit in the bus is it. So it really promotes the minimalist lifestyle and people that can get along with having less stuff. Definitely do a lot better. But a lot of people look at these bus conversions as a cheap alternative to RVs, and they're right. It's still cheaper to convert a bus than it is to buy any kind of RV, any kind of motorhome. But a lot of the people that do it are living full time in their bus.
Yep.
Just give me a fishing pole, my wife, and my dog, and we're out.
Yeah. There's people traveling with 5 to 10 kids in these buses. They're building bunks and they're really, traveling.
Yeah. Homeschooling their kids on the road. Yep. It's crazy.
Yeah. I met some people in, I think it was year before, right when all the mess really came down. That was, and still is, I think it pushed everybody out for a minute. Like, okay, I don't want to even be close to a TV. I don't care what's happening. Put me out in the middle of nowhere. So it was hard for us to even rent an RV, but we were able to get one, and we went out there and we met some great people. And there was a guy, they had everything all set up. He's like, yeah, I've been here for a month. He's like, I go in and work remote. My wife is teaching the kid.
Yeah.
They have online school that, a couple hours, they'll have somebody talk to him. And I'm like, man, you can't beat that. That's just, and that experience as a kid, I grew up in the country, luckily. And if you've not been out when you're sitting somewhere and there's no sound.
Yeah.
True peace falls upon you, and you start going, okay, now I understand.
That's
I
the
don't
way
have
it is.
to do anything right now, which is the best feeling in the world.
That's the way it is out here where I live. I'm so far out that any given day, anytime you just want to drop down underneath a shade tree and just listen to nothing, it's just the most peaceful thing. I love it out here.
Yeah.
Al, here we play the game called Gunshot or Car Backfire.
What?
We play a game around here. It's called gunshot or car backfire. When you hear a noise, you just say, "Was that a gunshot or was that a car backfire?"
Oh.
Well, since carburetors are pretty much going the way of the dodo, car backfires are pretty rare now. So you can probably safely assume that they're just gunshots.
Yeah. Gunshots.
I grew up outside, in Rockford, Illinois, which I think it's right on edge with Chicago on violence. And yeah, I understand. We moved out when we were 18, 19 years old. My brother bought a duplex and rented out the top so we could at least stay there. And yeah, I understand. I totally understand. Watching people smash into the store across the street and steal beer and cigarettes and run out. Yeah.
Well, guys, I'm going to need to get off of here, but I appreciate you having me on. And yeah, thanks a lot for everything.
We'll see you at the end of the week.
Yep.
See you
Thursday.
Safe travels, man.
Yeah,
Yep.
appreciate it. Thanks.
See you Thursday, man. Fly safe.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Exercise your arms.
There you go.
Yeah.
Have a safe trip, and we'll see you on the weekend.
Yeah.
Anybody else have any questions?
Stuff with Cletus asked when the build is. It's this coming weekend. Saturday the 29th is the main focus day where everybody's going to be here and live streaming and all that stuff. And then Sunday is kind of like the overflow day. If we don't meet our goal Saturday night, we'll be here Sunday morning working as well.
Yeah. Yeah. And I want to ask the chat, because we've been doing this in some of the lives. We've been trying to come up with a cool name for the crew. And so far we've got the Rustic League, which was presented by Iron Horse, and then Joey's Heroes, which was presented by Iron Horse. What other names do you think would be a good name for the crew that's doing this?
I feel like there was a lot more that were cool, but Joey's in charge of writing them down. So
that's the only two I remember.
Yeah, I like the Band of Brothers.
We didn't do the one because we didn't want to offend people with that one because it had the word poverty in it. So we didn't use, I didn't write that one down.
Yeah. Well, I'm a fan of the B team.
The B team. Okay.
Yeah.
Fabrication Nation.
Yeah.
B-team,
Well, we got the A team.
team.
We got the A team by Ray.
I was thinking playing in traffic myself.
Yeah.
Hey, I like playing in traffic. That's good. No know where you got that. It's really good.
Dudes with grinders, Rich says.
Dudes with grinders. I like that.
Joey, write down Band of Brothers.
No class.
Remember, there's only two kinds of welders in this world: welders and grinders.
6 car nuts in a school bus.
Well, that means we have to cut Joey.
Hey now. Well, here's what we're hoping will happen with this whole thing that no one's talked about yet is we would like to turn this into something to where if somebody's got a project that they're doing and they need some help or not even need help, but we decide, okay, we're going to pick that project. If they'll allow us, we'll go there and help them kind of get over some humps that they're at and not complete the build, but just help them out and get this all videoed and get it up for everybody to view and be a part of. That's not the only goal, of course, but that's what some of the things that have came to our mind as far as thinking through the fact that Lewis invited all of us there to help him. And so it kind of evolved and escalated to those kind of thoughts. So
now, Plan and Traffic website, probably next week I'll have it up and running where you can we're gonna put an application on where you can send requests. So we're gonna move forward with this probably next week after the build and everything settles down. I'll have it up on the website, planandtraffic.com, and you can go on there and put in a request if you need help. Like if it could be somebody that might be disabled, or somebody that might have got hurt or ran out of money, or something like that, where we can come in and help.
Kind of like a mobile version of overhauling
or Garage Squad.
Garage Squad, yeah.
And keep in mind, all the custom cars and hot rods that were built in the 50s and 60s and 70s that your great grandfather had or your grandfather had has been now. Those cars still exist somewhere in some garage, and they're inherited down. They're being sold off, and the younger generations don't necessarily know how to get a flathead running. So put in an email, pick up the phone, give somebody a call, and let's get some of these older classics that have been sitting around rotting, or some of the cars that need to get back onto the road, sort of a restoration rehab.
I agree 1,000%. And with the push of everything going electric, if we don't do it, they're going to be gone.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure.
And hey, if somebody wants to do an electric conversion on a 36 Ford, give us a call. We'll do an electric conversion. At least I will do an electric conversion.
I think Paul will be on his own.
Well, they got what they call now the skateboard. I was just at Barrett Jackson Scottsdale, and they have the skateboard. Basically, it's everything already there. All you do is bolt the body on.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like it's a computer, plug and play, done.
Yeah.
It's a really cool
See,
golf cart.
That's why I like the name the B team, because then we could play on the A team theme, like if you have a project that you can't complete.
Yeah, and
that's a really good point.
Yeah, Lewis can be Mr. T.
Oh yeah. Why? Because I'm black?
No, because you have a beard.
Oh, because of the beard.
There was one name recommended, and I'm trying to find it in the chat. I'm writing all these down.
One was the Build Alliance.
Bang Bus Crew. I like that one. Bang Bus Crew.
Yeah, the old BBC.
Hey, that's kind of risque,
Yeah, I didn't say it. I just read it.
Saying,
I just didn't create it. I just read it.
We don't want any kind of cease and desist letters from the British broadcast.
I agree.
There you go.
or Pornhub.
Right.
Yeah. But it is kind of funny.
John Shokar, he says YouTube Garage Gang. I like that one too.
That's a good one.
That's pretty good.
I don't know.
Dude.
Those are gang, then we'll be under surveillance.
Yeah. You are already. What's the difference, Paul?
What about the playing and traffic film team?
John Hooper has a great one. Have build, will travel.
That's cool.
That's pretty cool. Broken, confused.
Yeah, that's pretty much all those there. So
we could always combine stuff too, like the playing in traffic build team.
There it is.
Yeah, or that one Iron Horse.
Traffic.
Iron Horse did that one. Call it the the playing in traffic at Iron Horse with a long shot or something like that. I mean, I should have wrote that down.
Yeah.
I'll have to go.
Playing in traffic on an Iron Horse.
Fab traffic.
Yeah.
Hey, we could call it Long Shot Garage. Kind of go along with some of the other themes of the programs out there.
Yeah, it's
I chose the name Long Shot because it has many connotations to it.
Big time.
My business card actually says bullseye every time.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, okay.
So that's one of the reasons. Another reason is, of course, my last name is Tyler. Tyler Long is my name.
Not all about you, Tyler.
Joey, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the listeners. And then another thing is I'm all about LS swaps and putting LS motors where they weren't originally intended to be. So the initials for Long Shot is LS, and that's not an accident either.
Cool. But hey, we're doing the first build in the Long Shot Garage.
That's true.
And a lot of people are working on long shots. They're not sure how they're going to get it done.
Yep.
Great point. It's a lot of meanings to that. So
Vic just text messaged me and he says, weekend builders, was that it? Text that again, Victor, or do it in chat so that everyone sees it.
Yeah, I'll play this back and write the rest of these down. I've got 2 pages of cool names so far. So yeah, my fingers are tired of writing.
Hey, I'm also want to throw this out. I'm retiring 10 years early, so I'm going to need some clothes. So if anybody can send me a flowered T-shirt and flip flops,
there you go.
All right.
Yeah. But, don't we have a channel? He's got a 55 over in Hawaii. It's called Land Shark or something like that, or Jaws.
Oh, Jaws. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Okay, we could get him to send some Hawaiian shirts over to Lewis.
I can get a hold of Jaws. B&C, he's great, dude, man.
Yeah, I love him.
performance. I ordered some Speedos, but they're stuck on a boat. So
yeah.
Banana hammocks.
Hey, that's all right. Bill Cameron ordered a bottle of Viagra, and they were shipped over, and they fell off the ship underneath a bridge, and now the bridge won't go down.
You know, I took one of those once, but it got stuck in my throat. I had a stiff neck for days.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You're a. Oh, never mind.
Okay, this is going off the rails.
It's a family channel.
So speaking of that, all right. So I'm gonna put up Long Shot and Lewis and let you guys close us out here. We're just over an hour. I'm not like the other guys and stay on for 5 hours with the stuff. I want it kind of short and sweet. I really appreciate all you guys. If somebody wants to jump on after this and continue it, that's great.
Hey, we do an after party. Ray's our after party guy. So
I got a pack for a trip to Ohio tonight yet.
And Lewis, the ironic part of that is I'm not a late night guy. I mean, every other night I'm in bed by 11. I'm done. It's just it's the quality of it's the guys, man. It's just
Yeah.
It's
well,
fun, man.
What I'll do when Eric shuts down, I'll bring up a live over on mine and get the link out to everybody. And if you want to get on and chat for a bit, we will.
I gotta get back to work. I got 3 workers in here working, busting out projects, so we make room to get the bus in tomorrow.
That's probably a good idea to have a place to put the bus.
Yeah.
Step one.
Yeah, and I need my table near a plug-in.
No requests.
Well, that's my request.
I'd like my table with an ashtray, please.
Yeah, outside.
Ashtrays are outside.
Ashtray for the GoPro.
Tyler, the reason he needs it close to a plug-in is because we don't let him play with extension cords. He's had a bad go with those.
Hey, now. I have a lot of cameras that I need to keep charged. So.
Hey, Glenn's out there. Glenn, NZ Mopar, how are you?
There's lots of plugs, and I'm gonna have a whole workbench set up dedicated to charging and camera equipment.
Okay, and I'm bringing a 50-foot extension cord and a 100-foot extension cord, my electric drill, my cordless drill, my chop saw, pretty much everything metal fabrication that I'm used to using. I'm just going to bring it. This way, once I get the material up on the table for the frames on the windows, I can just go straight to work and not have to go searching for anything.
Yep.
All right, sounds
To
good.
get it done.
Yeah, that'll be a good thing because I'm one of those people that works in an organized, chaotic environment.
Yeah, and I'm also bringing my welder and my welding cart. So if you want to, I'll have to put one of those tanks on the welder.
Yep, I'm going probably tomorrow. Well, maybe Thursday morning. I'll be going to the welding shop and getting some bottles and stuff.
Cool
Hey,
deal.
Joey, are you telling me I got to put all this stuff in my truck?
Yes.
Okay.
If you have snow in the back of the truck, leave that in Michigan. I don't need it here.
Okay.
There you go.
I
We
spoke
have plenty.
and got a tool list together of the stuff that Arca would like for me to bring. One of those things that I'm going to be bringing is my plenishing hammer. So we're going to have that with me. I'll have the welder, I'll have the slip roller, different hammers and dollies. I'm going to have the pull hooks. He's bringing his stud gun. So we should be good to go with any and all equipment that we should be needing. And we'll make up and make do with what we have when we get there.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Yeah, and I want to point out real quick, NZ Mopar Outlaw Customs, that's Arco and Heidi's other channel. Glenn runs that one. And I'm glad he's here representing for Heidi and Arco.
Hey, Glenn.
They're not able to be here yet.
He just
So if
hit
you haven't-
900 this weekend too.
Yeah, if you haven't subscribed to there, please do. He's got a killer 25
Studebaker.
Studebaker he's restoring, and he's about done with it. So
He's a famous character too. He's got some history behind him.
yeah, he's the noisy plick, as they call him. Yeah.
I've got plenty of argon, Rich. TIG is mostly what I do here.
Yeah, mine's 75. Well, I use 75/25. So
For MIG, yeah. Not for TIG.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, no after party here. We got to jump off.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So are we not going to do an after party on my channel?
No one wants to talk to you, Joey.
All right. Well, I'll just go ahead and start the live. I'll drop the link to get on the live in the chat.
Drop the link, and I'll go ahead and I'm going to go smoke, and then I'll sign back in on the other link. To everybody who supported us tonight and watched tonight, thank you very much. Destroyer1320, thank you for having us all on.
Yeah, Eric, thank you.
Thank you, Eric.
No
Pleasure.
worries.
Yeah, I appreciate it a lot, you having us, and thanks everybody in the chat. You guys are awesome, and I look forward to getting started on this. It's going to be a great thing.
It's going to be a great thing.
Yeah, but
sure.
But Paul, what I'm going to do with the StreamYard link is I'm going to pin it in the chat on my channel. So when you get ready to come back, come to my YouTube.
I have no clue what you just said.
All right, I'll put it over on the YouTube. I'll put it on the Facebook.
Send me the link in the messenger the way you did last time, and I can get into it.
All right, I will do that. I will do that.
Yeah, for us illiterate, technically challenged folk.
Yeah, I do have a quick question for chat. Has anybody does No Class look familiar? Where have you seen him?
In the James Gang.
James Gang.
Because he looks like Joe Walsh.
Oh, he looks like Joe Walsh.
One time.
I know where I saw him. I saw him right here. Oh, that wasn't.
Holy smokes!
That wasn't you. Oh.
No, that wasn't me.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, he used to be the lead guitarist for Paul Walsh, or Joe Walsh is what I meant.
Right.
Joe Walsh, yeah.
Yeah, he was the lead guitarist for Joe Walsh, the master lead guitarist.
Hey, Joey.
I listen to Joe
Joey,
Walsh every
people want to
day.
get off.
What?
People want to get off here.
Oh, I'm sorry. All right, guys.
Start your own, Joey.
Thank you. Have a good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Hey,
Bye, guys.
I get to
waiting.
close this one out. Here's how we do it over here. Thank
Okay.
you for everyone who gave super chat. Sorry, I didn't have anything bouncing this week. Wait till February. All new stuff. But you know what? Till next time.
Good night and party on. Party on. Party on. Party on.